So pretend it's a
Yeah.
it's a show.
Show.
Yeah,
It's a
pretend.
show.
Okay.
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
You ready to be more popular in the Philippines?
I'm right there.
All right. Okay. All right. First of all, my name is Pao. I'm from POWCAST.net. I'm here with legendary referee Tony Weeks. What's up, sir?
All right.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Very nice to be here in the Philippines. Very beautiful people. Very beautiful country. It's just magnificent.
Okay. You basically answered the two questions that I'm gonna ask.
Ah, that's good.
Yeah, but thanks for being here.
Yes.
And but you know, how are you really finding the Philippines so far? You've been here for 2 days or 3 days?
A couple of days.
Okay.
I've been to the Philippines. This is my second time actually being in the Philippines. Last time I was here, I did a fight here in Manila. But you know, like I say, very beautiful country and very beautiful people. Every time I come, you know, it just really brings joy to my heart. You know, to see the people here and how enthused they are about boxing.
That's much appreciated.
Yeah.
And Tony, you're very well known as a boxing referee. And just for everyone information, what started you up as to be a boxing referee?
Well, actually, I kind of fell into it. One thing led to another. I was an athletic director in a maximum security penitentiary, and put on a boxing exhibition in the prison. And we didn't have a referee, and I decided, you know, I don't know why, I just asked one of the officials that, hey, you mind if I get up there? And he says, go ahead. And when I started doing it, I instantly fell in love with it. And make a long story short, one of the trainers asked me if I ever done that before, and I said no. He said, well, you should look into it. You have good natural movements. And actually, he took it a step further because he was really known in the business, and he made a call to the Arizona State Boxing Commission, and they gave me a shot, and here I am.
That must have been hard. I mean, the refereeing inside the penitentiary. How do you control that type of fights inside? Just curious.
Well, the real fights, you know, it's hard to control. But no, you know, like in anything in life, you know, it's how you treat people. And you know, you treat people with respect, you get respect back. And it's one thing that no matter what environment you're in, that people really appreciate you being fair.
Yes.
People appreciate being fair, and it's just like in the fights. Boxers, trainers, managers, people involved in the game, they appreciate you being fair.
Okay. And do you ever train boxing yourself?
I train more in the martial arts.
What type of martial arts?
I've done everything from Tang Sudo, Taekwondo, Shotokan, Jiu-Jitsu.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you ever fight?
No, not competitively.
Not
competitively.
Do you have a plan at this stage?
A plan to
fight at least amateur?
No. I only fight if I have to.
Okay. Hopefully that don't happen.
Yes.
But you've been again well known in boxing. But what makes boxing special? You think, from your perspective?
What makes boxing special is the fighters. I mean, it's always all about the fighters. No one else, not the promoters, not the officials, referees, judges, so forth and so on. It's the fighters that make it. You know, the legendary fighters who've come before us, of course, Muhammad Ali, and the great era of the 70s and 80s, you know, Sugar Ray Leonard, Roberto Duran, Thomas Hearn, Marvelous Marvin Hagler, Alexis Arguello. The list goes on and on of these great champions who come from all walks of life.
Wow.
They make the game. They make the fights. Boxing has been around for 100+ years.
Yes.
And you know, sometimes there's always a lull in the action, but somehow, some way, someone emerges and rejuvenates the game.
Perfect. You mentioned a few names in boxing. Those are great boxers. I was going to ask you, is your all-time inactive? I don't know if you can mention some active players, boxing worldwide, or if you know any Philippine that you also like.
Well, of course, you know, I grew up, you know, watching Muhammad Ali.
Yeah.
And you know, everybody knows Muhammad Ali. At one time, he was the most recognized face on the planet Earth.
Well, yeah.
And you know, his remarkable career, you know, spans decades, and his fight for standing up for his religious beliefs
Yes.
and not going to the war, and 3.5 years were taken away from his boxing career,
yeah.
prime of his career.
Yes.
And he stuck to his guns, and because he remained true to his beliefs, and hands down,
Is he the greatest?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Aside from boxing, is there any other sports you follow?
Well, I played football, and I ran track, and of course, I love sports. Period. I love to see the basketball playoffs and the games, and
Wow, okay.
like say the football games and so forth. But boxing especially. There's something about boxing that you have two combatants in there.
Okay.
Whether equally matched or two great fighters, make a great fight.
Yeah, I don't know if you know, but we also love basketball. So I'm just gonna ask you a couple of things because this will put up a lot of interest. Who is your favorite basketball player and team?
Now I really don't.
Come on.
I mean, of course, I watched LeBron James and a couple other fights, but when I really was into the game, I was with Magic Johnson and Showtime in
Lakers,
Los Angeles
yeah.
Lakers, absolutely. And of course, prior to that, growing up in New York, I was definitely with the New York Knicks, the old New York Knicks with Walt Frazier and David Bush, Earl Monroe, and all the greats back then. But ever since Showtime with Magic Johnson, I really haven't followed it like I used to.
Sure. Who's gonna take it this year?
Well, that's very interesting.
Warriors, Cavs?
Actually, I predict there should be a rematch with the Cavs and Warriors, and I think the Warriors are going to be a little more prepared this time, but it's still going to make it interesting.
Okay, a few more questions and we're almost done.
Thank you.
So I know you need to prepare for a
You
fight.
better believe it.
Yes. So what is your advice to the boxing community in the Philippines and how we can bring the Philippines to the level of boxing promotions such as in the UK, and Mexico?
Well, first of all, of course, Manny Pacquiao has raised the level of boxing here in the Philippines, as well as fighters who have come before him. But like what we're having now, these conferences with seminars with the officials and making them better, making them more competent, that attracts fighters to certain countries, and knowing and understanding that and having faith in the officials, that they can be fair and handle the officials can handle their bouts efficiently.
Okay, great. And my last question is kind of personal. I'm trying to be a boxing analyst.
No, well, it's just you have to understand this.
Okay.
A lot of times, officials take unfair
because
criticism.
we talk too much.
Well, it's a thing where it's like you say, no one knows what it is to be in that ring but a referee. No one knows what it is to sit in that seat and judge but a judge. When you can do something under the same conditions that an official does it and come out on top, then that's something different. But when you have no experience, no actual experience in that field, I think it's unfair sometimes to really criticize officials. I mean, there's times we all make mistakes.
Yes.
And when it's fair to criticize somebody, that's fair. But just my advice to you, just be fair. And your thinking and your analyzing when you're analyzing an official and their response to a fight, whether they judged it or whether they refereed it.
All right. Well, thank you very much. How long you be staying here?
I'll be here till Sunday.
Sunday, going to beach or any other?
Well, we're supposed to have some activities tomorrow. I don't know, taking us somewhere, but hopefully, like I say, come back again and stay a little longer and enjoy everything.
Wow. Okay. Well, thank you very much, and it's a pleasure to
My
talk
pleasure.
to you again. Thanks.
Salamat.
Thank you, Tony.
Yes.
All right. Thanks. Bye.